stirred up for you because God is stirring up the king. So because God controls the heart of the king, your biggest pursuit must not be men but God. Don't pursue the king so much. Pursue God more. And when you pursue God more, He is able to direct the right king into your direction. Because one of the things that happens when you pursue God as your biggest focus, He possessions everything you need in your path. He makes all these lives to fall for you in pleasant places. And among the things that God possessions to favor your life is right men. Right men. When the Bible says all things work together for good to them who are called by the Lord. All things working together for God includes the help of men. It possessions right people on your path. So our biggest focus must be on God. Because also I want you to remind you that men can only do for you what God has enabled them to do. The Bible says a man cannot receive anything unless it was permitted by the Lord. It is God who permits. So God work in your life is to the extent of God's permission towards you. To the degree that God enables them. Men can only do as God influences their heart towards you. If God is not turning the heart of the king cannot favor your life. So your biggest focus must be God. Because ultimately give us help, oh God. Because the help of man is in vain. So God knows the kind of help you need. So you know, this kind of men that God gives to you. If you look, for example, in the book of 1 Samuel 10:26, when Saul was anointed to rule over God's people, and Saul also went home to Gibeon, and there went with him a band of men whose heart God had touched, and some men went with him whose heart God had touched. The people that moved with Saul, there was a work that God had done in their hearts. God had moved their hearts. He had moved them towards Saul. And these are the people that went with Saul. Right men or right people. These are the people who use their influence to open things up, to open opportunities for you. If there are men whose God has touched, one thing you are going to see with this kind of men, they can be influential men. They use their networks, their connections to open opportunities for you. May church men come your way. These kind of men, they take your battles as their own battles. They help you fight your battles. In the book of, I think, Luke 5:17 there, you see this paralytic man. He was a paralytic man, and there were men who were committed. They were committed. They are 18. Then behold, men brought on a bed a man who was paralytic, and they sought means to bring him, and they lay him before him. And look at verses 19. And they could not find out how they might bring him in because of the crowd. They went up on the housetop and let him down with his bed through the ceiling into the midst before Jesus. Now, these are the men who paid a huge price to make sure this man comes where Jesus is. The crowd was too much, but they had to go on top of the roof and bring the man down. They took his battle as if it is his own battle. They were committed that this man cannot suffer when we are here. They take your battle as if it is your own battle. One time a man was sick of cancer, and I remember we were with another man. We went for dry fasting for some days. Around 3 days, 2 complete days, from morning until the next day morning. And from that morning until the next day morning, we never drank water. It was dry fasting. We prayed for this man. He cannot die. He is too young. And by the second day dry fasting, kutoka asubuhi mpaka the next day asubuhi 24 hours, hakuna maji, ingine mpaka 24 hours. I laid hands on this man. Alikuwa amevimba mahali, hiyo kitu ikapasuka hapo hapo, ikatoa uzaa. Ilipotoa hapo, alipona milele. Today he is serving in the government of Kenya. I prophesy by the power of God. May God send you men who will take your own battle as if it is your battle, as if it is their own battle. They know that your greatness is connected to their greatness. They might even be somebody, maybe you have employed if you have unemployment. It might be somebody senior somewhere, but they discern your greatness is connected to their greatness. They have a mission to make you great. Now, because they know that their greatness is connected to your greatness. In the book of, I think, Genesis 30:27, you see when Laban was speaking about Jacob, and he said, and Laban said, please stay for